Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers lore. Today we're going to talk about the two mysterious figures known as Aubrey and Jacob Hogan from Power Rangers Aftershock. Now, the Hogan twins, Aubrey and Jacob, are the main antagonists of Power Rangers Aftershock. Now, Power Rangers Aftershock is a small one-shot comic book that came out set in the 2017 Power Rangers movie universe. And they're kind of interesting characters because they set up a whole new concept of what is the Putty Patrol and Goldar. Labeled as Monsters of the Week type of deal, these two are not the big brains behind everything, and they actually have a very sad story. Now, their father had also died in the same mining accident as that universe's Billy's father had died as well. Now, they had no relatives to lean back on other than that, and the two were forced to live on the streets and ultimately turn to crime, which eventually led to their arrest. However, when they were being arrested, that's when Goldar attacked, and they were able to escape and go to an abandoned sawmill to hide. Now, this is when things get a little weird and strange, where they find basically remains of a putty-like creature hanging from the rafters around some chains. Now, in the basically Wikipedia page, it says, oh, it's Goldar's remains, and I'm going, I don't think so. I think it's more of just a Putty Patrol there going on there, and when you look at the comic book, it does look more like a Putty Patrol as well. Now, Jacob would find the remains and touch them, and it would fuse with him something straight out of a Venom comic book, where it's like a symbiotic process and jumps on him. Half of his body becomes like a stone, cold, killer-like monster, while the other half is still human. Now, Aubrey tries to do the same thing, but it does not fuse with her at all, which kind of throws her off, and she's kind of upset about this, that she was not chosen as well. Now, when the Rangers show up, Jacob handles them pretty well. He's basically immensely endurable, super strong, able to hurl something like 50 feet in the air, no problem at all, and not give a crap after the fact. And he holds his own against the Rangers pretty well and dominates at them to the point where they have to flee and reorganize and going, what the heck's going on here? Now, after that first battle, Jacob leads Aubrey back to where she had found the carcass of another creature, and it didn't activate. He goes, well, maybe it just needs a jump start, and he touches it, and she touches again. She gets a little scared, but she soon fuses with it as well. But we don't get to see if she has the same type of strength or other superpowers as well, because they soon turn into a giant Megazord of sorts pretty soon after. Yeah, it doesn't look like the monster that they currently were mutated on, but looks very similar in truth to the Gravezord on many levels. Now, the Megazord of the Power Rangers would arrive and defeat them pretty handily, and then they would do battle on the ground once more, and the Rangers would get the idea of electrocuting them, which would turn them to stone. How they exactly figured that out, I'm not exactly certain. I believe that Billy was the one who figured it out, along with Kimberly, and they take out the two pretty handily. However, the twins are taken away by a new mysterious organization known as Apex Organization. And the Rangers don't learn about this until after, and that they're being watched by Apex we don't know if there's very sinister motives or what their whole motives are entirely. However, this plot hole would never be filled because there would not be another movie or another sequel to this comic book. Now, why did I do a video on them? That is a very good question. Well, they are very interesting characters. They're very sad. They could have been the Rangers themselves, but they leaned more towards evil. Now, what really got my attention was the Putty/Goldar forms that fuse with them and turn them into monsters. That was pretty cool. It looks like straight from like a Carnage or Venom type Marvel mashup, fusing with them, kind of giving them these different vibes to basically destroy the Rangers, and they're like, yeah, that's a great idea. So it has its own control over them that they don't even fully realize. I think it's a really interesting thing. I would like to see more villains like that in the Power Rangers universe, basically taking humans and turning them into monsters. I've seen that once or twice, but it hasn't been to that same level, and I think it'd be really cool. But again, they don't want to say as humans are the bad people in the thing for kids TV show. I understand that, but still, very interesting character development there. an overall character arc. Going to the redemption story of dealing with a brainwashed person who was fused with an alien symbiote is always fun and exciting. Exactly what they can do, especially if they're the same level of power as a Power Ranger itself. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I wrong here, or am I just on too much of a Venom hype or Spider-Man hype right now? I don't know. Well, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. And may the power protect you always.